Distinguished members of the Academy. My name is Golfhouse, and we are back on the mostly harmless SMP server. When last we spoke, we discovered a skeleton spawner and built the most efficient XP farm that we currently have on the server. Since we last spoke, I've been doing some work on it, so let me show you a little bit about what I did. I made an entrance up here. This is a little temporary thing. Eventually we are going to make that a lot nicer. I just needed something quick and dirty. Pay no attention to the ceiling. The ceiling is not quite done yet, and I think I'm going to expand this out so that it's 3 wide like it is here. But as you can see, it looks pretty nice down here now. So we can just run straight down and go straight to our skeletons. So what happened to the cave? Well, the cave is back here behind this door, and you can see I've kind of got some wood there. I'm not a real big fan of that. In fact, do I have any stone on me? I do. Let's go ahead and seal this off so it looks a little bit more, I guess, natural is the word that I'm looking for there. Slap the torch back up. But you come down here, I'm okay with this kind of looking like that. And now now we've reached our spawner. So over here behind these doors is our brand new enchanting area, and you can see that I've kind of decked it out a little bit. I've got all of the necessary tools for enchanting. We've got our 15 bookshelves. I used my last 2 diamonds to make this table, so we're going to have to do some mining at some point. And then I've got a whole bunch of chests here to store all of the books and items that we are no doubt going to be enchanting pretty soon. The other big thing that we have going on is our nether portal room, and I've stuck that over here, and I haven't lit it yet because we have to do a little bit of math. So because we are so far away from the spawn village, having a nether portal down here will make the act of getting down here a lot easier. As we said in the last video, right now we go through about 6 or 7 hunger niblets getting over here from Spawn Town. That's getting to be a bit of a pain. So we're going to use the nether to make that a little bit easier. The problem is we're not so far away from Spawn Town that if I light this, it's going to put me at a different portal. Fact of the matter is, it's probably going to put me back at our spawn village portal. So we need to do something about that. So I'm going to come here, and it looks like we are at 740 366. So if this is where I want to go in the overworld, when I'm in the nether, I need to build my portal here. So we're in the nether, and you can see I've had to build a little cage around us. So of course, once I did the math and figured out exactly where this portal needed to be, it was going to be right over a giant lava lake. So that's been a lot of fun. I've been knocking ghasts out of the sky while I've been putting this together. But let's go ahead and make sure that this is working. So we are going to light our portal, take one last look around, and then hopefully this will return us to familiar environs. That's interesting. What's going on there? Oh, that's what's going on there. I think we've got that figured out now. Let's give this another try. We're going to go through the portal, and hopefully... Yay! We ended up right where we wanted to be. Fantastic. It's nighttime outside. Let's go ahead and sleep just because we can. And then we will try the portal out in the other direction and just make sure that it's working. Yay! I can do math! So, okay, so that's now functional. So that's going to make it a lot easier to get to and from our new Skelly spawner XP farm thingamajig. I'll come back a little bit later and pretty this up sometime. This cage is mostly more for function than form. But yeah, I think we can finally call the Skelly spawner project more or less done. And now we can move on to the next thing. So the next big project that I want to work on is a sheep farm, because we need one. We do have a small sheep farm currently, but it's very unput together. We've only got a few colors of sheep and everything else. In order to do that, though, I need cactus because I'm going to need green, lime, and cyan sheep. Now, there's a desert on the other side of this world border, and I think it's over here just on the other side of those trees. But as you can see, it's going to be a while before we get there. There's really no other way to obtain cactus other than finding a desert, and we just don't have one currently. In fact, there's a little forest over there. I think the desert may be beyond those trees too. So that's a little disappointing. We still have a long ways to go before we can get to that cactus. But one of the things that I haven't done recently is gone walking around the world border. Since the world border is expanding about 20 blocks a day in each direction, there's a whole lot of territory there that we have yet to explore. Things like this ravine. So I thought maybe we would just kind of take a walk. Can I get around that? I'm not even going to try that. Take a walk around the world border and maybe see what we can see. Although in the roofed forest here, what we're going to see is probably creepers. Okay, so as expected, there hasn't been a whole lot to be had here in the roofed forest, except all these critters. But when we make our way out of the forest, bingo! This is exactly what we're looking for. So I'm going to, I don't know what the right tool to break cactus is. I guess it's really your hand more than anything else. So I'm going to grab several of these. That's an interesting looking cave there. But I'm going to grab some of these because this is the first cactus that that we have on the Mostly Harmless server. So I'm going to grab a bunch of it. Not all of it, because, you know, conservation is important. I'm going to come over here and we'll maybe grab this. Yeah, that gives us 10. That's enough to start with. Because really, once you have one cactus, you've got plenty. I'm also going to pick up a bunch of sand. Now, sand has been a bit of a precious commodity on the server because people like to make things with glass, and there just hasn't been a whole lot of it. So I'm going to collect a whole bunch of this. I'm going to clear something. I don't need that carrot. And I'm going to get all of this. And then we're going to go back to base because, as you can see, the sun is going down. So let me go ahead and do that. And maybe this little short episode will be just about done. Okay, so as you can see, I've gone ahead and I've planted the cactus here along the road, partially so that it'll go ahead and grow for us, but mostly just to show off to the rest of the server that I've got cactus. And like I said before, now that we have cactus, I think we have everything that we need in order to get all of the 16 colors that are necessary for a proper sheep farm. So that's going to be our next big project. But for our next episode, I think we're going to do another one of these little short episodes because now that we have the cactus, I can get to work on the entrance to our slime farm over here. So right now our slime farm looks a little bit underwhelming. It's basically just a road that goes down into a big hole. Now, of course, once you get down here, it looks really nice because we worked really hard to make it that way. I wonder if we have any slime balls waiting for us. Nope, I haven't been in the area long enough. So this looks nice, but the entrance, it's a little underwhelming. So what we're going to do, I'm going to make a slime entrance, and I'm probably going to make it out of green and lime colored glass. Now that we have access to all of that sand, getting the glass to do this shouldn't be a problem, and I have some interesting ideas for how to build a slime farm entrance. But that's going to be in the next episode. We're going to need a bit more cactus for that, so rather than completely... What is that? Spoiler! Anyway, in the next episode, we are going to have a whole bunch of cactus grown. We're going to collect a whole bunch of sand to get some glass, and I think episode 8.2, if I'm doing the math right nowadays, that episode will be all about putting that together. So probably another quick one from me before we launch into that giant sheep farm project, because you know me, you know how I feel about sheep. So a sheep farm is not going to be a little project. If we're going to do that, we're going to do that right. Until then, if I hope you've enjoyed this quick little episode where we've finally finished our skeleton spawner. If you have liked this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you really liked it, go ahead and click the subscribe button. If you really like me, stalk me on social media. I'm darn near everywhere. And until next time, my name is Golfhouse. This has been Mostly Harmless. It's an honor just to be nominated.